Thank you.
Post office.
I don't agree with that either.
Is that right?
That's right.
It's going.
It's going now. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so here on the mayor's report, we start off with Samantha.
Yes.
Chamber of Commerce.
Hello, I will say, I didn't kind of talk about this, but since we're talking about him. I don't know if it fits in that ordinance, but I would like to talk about ordinance of having animals at the Bog Off Festival, because I think years ago that, we had the same conversation, and I was thinking it was in the ordinance, but my understanding it is not. So, there's nothing to do against pets coming to the Bog Off, but it is dangerous when you have that many people there, or they can get stepped on and that kind of stuff, so it's not to me safe, but we did have one animal there this year that was very aggressive that we, was asked to take it home, so, so I would like to talk about that and the ordinance coming up about animals.
That can be addressed in the same one, I would think.
Yes, so anyway, speaking of the Bog Off, it was a huge success, probably the largest people we've had here. It was a beautiful day, great day. And, we are going into the season, we do Downtown Tuesday. If y'all have not been, it has been phenomenal, and people are coming and they're shopping in our stores and eating in our restaurant. So the purpose of what it is for is happening, so we're very proud of that. So it's every Tuesday, weekday, on Main Street. And, November 28th will be the tree lighting ceremony, and December 1st will be the Norse Christmas parade. And December 2nd will be the breakfast with Grinch. And, we are, we're just going back into Downtown Tuesday, so the 5th is gonna be like a kids. The Lord's High School course is singing, Lord's Middle School, Lord's Elementary, the Daisy Drummers are coming, CPAC, so it's all about the kids here locally. And we're super excited about that. And on December 12th will be Locals Night, so we're gonna look for, anyone that has any crafts that are local, artists that are local, authors that are like, whatever locals, it's all about the locals will be on the 12th, so. But we're
You
super
like
excited.
sing at that.
Sing,
and,
dance, play guitar. If you are an author, if you make crafts, like, we're just gonna, anything you do, we're gonna showcase it. And it's locals only. So those are, but we have like, people come and sing and that kind of stuff. So but every Tuesday, Downtown Tuesday, please join us 6 to 8. And let's see what about
Monster Mash. Yeah.
You want to talk about the Monster Mash?
I want you to.
So first Halloween, I don't know if I was prepared for that many kids, but we had enough candy to spread around, but I don't know how many, but I'm gonna say there was at least 2,000 people there. It was packed. There was a line, because I didn't even figure out, because I asked my husband, I was like, well, why are they standing in line? There's nothing over there. And like the line was all the way from, I was in front of the theater and they were from Drips all the way down to 701 and coming back up through the trunk or treat. So they made their own line, but it was a huge success. And so I'm super excited about that, to do that again. So that was really fun.
I thought that was great, and I can't wait to see what you do next year.
So that was like, yeah, that wasn't even like really like super planned out, because we didn't really know how that was gonna work, but we can do so much with that. So that was a great time.
I'm gonna tell you what, a lot of people had a lot of fun. It was amazing to see how much fun the adults and the children had. Adults were dressed up, children were dressed up. It was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed just being there.
I didn't realize, well, I thought that, Luau was like really successful, and I didn't know if I could top that, but Monster Mash definitely went way past that, so I appreciate it.
What's going on Tuesday?
So tomorrow night, Jacob Lones, did I say that right?
Loans, yeah.
Lones, Jacob Lones is, going to be performing. He sings. That's what we got going on tomorrow night.
Okay. That starts at 6.
6 to 8.
6 to 8. Thank you, man. Is Jacob Long, is he from here?
He is. His family owns Axe Heating and Air.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, Samantha. Okay, thank you. enough for all that you do. You got people for it in the city. We appreciate it.
I wanna say this, so I got the pews out there for people, because we got to get chairs and stuff to sit down Tuesday night, so the church donated those pews to me, and they sit out there and they've been waterproofed and all that kind of stuff. But I seen these people sitting out there today, and it was a couple, and I walked out there because me and, Jordan went out there to, talk about the Christmas tree and stuff, and so they actually were from Kentucky, and they were sitting on those benches, and they were listening to the music, and they were talking about the mural and how the downtown was great, and where did they say they heard it? They just said that they were in Myrtle Beach on vacation and they heard a Lord, so they drove over here.
I think they saw it on TV, said something brought up Laura's
Yeah, so
TV.
something was on TV and they brought it up, and so they drove over here, and they were on vacation in Myrtle Beach, and so they came and spent part of their day here. So we took pictures and we had a good time with them, but they were from Kentucky. I just thought that was a little neat little story.
They said they were from a small town as well, so that kind of hit home here.
Mhm.
Good, maybe they'll move back. All right, I talked to, Scott Montgomery today, and, luckily there's not a whole lot of COVID or anything like that we have to worry about right now, at the hospital. But he did say they have a new state-of-the-art MRI being installed this month. And that there's a, Dr. Scott Berry, who's a breast surgeon, started this month at Seacoast. So, that's two exciting new things. And, that's what he had for us to think about. But our hospital is, definitely, growing, and they're definitely, adding a lot to Seacoast, Loris, and Carolina Forest. I mean, they've got a lot of different things going on, and we should be proud to have them, I think. Moving on to Coffee with the Mayor, it's normally the second Thursday, which is this Thursday. It's, that's the day that the certification of the votes will be done. So I'm gonna put it off in case somebody wants to go to that or be involved in that. And, it'll be the November 16th, which is the following, Thursday at 9 o'clock over here in the community room beside Joey's, right across from Donna's Beauty Shop. And, Christmas update, I'm gonna actually hand that back to Samantha and Jordan especially, on those stars.
Go first, or you want to go first? So, just an update on some of the stuff. We're hitting it hard right now. I think Todd spoke, openly about the Christmas stars, how we were refurbishing them. We're actually completed those. So we should have all those up this year. But like I said, we're getting started hard on the, getting all the Christmas stuff up. You see some of the stuff up already. So we're full force with that, so. We'll be ready for the tree lighting, which is the 28th.
Yes.
And we'll put it on the 1st.
Yeah, that's it. And to tell you how big a deal that is, that's old stars that were at Public Works that were put over outside, and those stars just sitting out there. And so there's about 40 or 50 of those, and they've been refurbished at just a few bucks a star, which saves the city $40,000 instead of buying new stars. I mean, those things are expensive. So they got bulbs, they got cans of paint, and they worked hard on them, and we got all those new stars put throughout the cities. So, that's a big deal.
Some new stars, new places.
That's right. And they already started putting stuff all over the place, so, it's gonna be lit up before we know it. You got anything else to add with that? You said we had to start
Yeah,
right after the volleyball, so.
I can say, me and Samantha, she mentioned we was up there in the courtyard and we were trying to get a game plan going and everything, what we need to do, kind of timelines and everything. So we my heads together today to try to.
Yeah, because we moved the tree lighting up just a few days, so we had to make sure, and that's right after Thanksgiving, so we had to make sure we were on task and schedule, make sure we can make it.
All right, well, thank you. One more thing in the mayor's report, and I got, Waccamaw Regional Council of Governments. I got a letter, from Waccamaw, and they have, I wanted to let y'all know that I have been, appointed to the board of Waccamaw Regional Council of Government Board of Trustees, which, is exciting. I'm humbled to have that appointment and honored at the same time. He can help us a lot. He can help a lot of other places too. But just to give you an idea of what it does, in case you don't know, the board prepares and reviews and evaluates applications to the United States government for loans and grants by municipalities and counties and commissions and boards within this area of Horry, Georgetown, and Williamsburg County. Reviews and recommend changes in area plans and programs for municipalities and counties. Also do research, studies, and planning of matters in the area, and including, but not limited to, land use, transportation, waste disposal, drainage and floods, parks and open spaces, environmental quality, criminal justice, social services, public safety, and local government. The Waccamaw region is, they look over and look at the provisions of the state for federal loan and grant programs. And, so there's a lot that comes with it, and there's a lot of opportunity to know what's happening there. As Clay can tell you, he's been dealing with them for a little while on different things, and there's a wealth of things that's done there. So I didn't want to announce that. Like I said, I'm humbled by it. I appreciate being trusted to have that position. So we'll move forward to the committee reports, and we're missing some. So the Finance and Personnel Committee.
We met on October the 25th. We had a large agenda. One of the items that we discussed again was the enterprise fleet proposal, particularly for the police department. They are currently short multiple vehicles. I know we discussed it in our October meeting about possible ways we could fund some of that. We asked administrator to check into some funding options for that. He's been working on that. We looked at a couple of things, but I just want council to be aware and express my concerns about making sure that we provide our police department with funding to make sure they have the vehicles they need to keep our city safe. The next item was a hospitality funds request. Samantha from the chamber came and met with us, and as she just discussed, we started the Downtown Tuesday for the city, which is bringing a lot of people in on Tuesday nights to help increase foot traffic for our businesses. We discussed with the city clerk ways that we can measure how that's positively impacting our businesses in town. One of those suggestions was to review our hospitality tax returns monthly and compare those to last year's tax returns. We discussed she presented a request for some funding, which I'll bring up when we get down to the business portion of the agenda tonight. We also, thanks to city clerk's hard work and city administrator, have our handbook employee handbook revisions tonight for, council's approval. Also along with, an evaluation proposal for our employees for council to approve. We discussed, several vacancies within the city, and how filling those positions might be addressed. City administrator brought up the capital improvement plan, that's being worked on. And he gave us, a short version of the updates on the audit, which I'm sure he'll share tonight. And then we discussed the budget update. He's emailed us about the Harris transferring over to our Harris system, and the steps he's taking to do that. And we also discussed, and council, wanted to bring it to your attention, facilities maintenance. If council wanted to have on contract someone in case of a situation where we needed a repair, to take place, do we want to have some type of, plan in place where they could have somebody on call to come in, for example, if a bathroom breaks or leaks or isn't functioning properly. I don't think we currently have anything, to my knowledge, in place to handle that type of situation. I think that was about all we covered. It was a lot.
It probably took a little while. Okay, thank you very much, Councilwoman Vescovi. And we'll move to B with the Public Safety Committee. Yes,
That would be me.
that will be you again.
We did not meet this month. We met in October, the previous month, and one of the big issues is again, trying to figure out how we can fund, replacing those police vehicles.
Okay, on buildings and grounds. Meeting. Recreation Committee.
We did not meet, however, we did start reviewing the applications for, the position that is open there, and, have working on the interview process.
Okay, planning, annexation, economic development.
We had a very lengthy and exciting meeting, this past week or two. And, during that, we're working diligently, and, Waccamaw is helping us out with the 10-year plan that we're 10 years overdue in getting for the city of Florence. So, they made a report to us. We have a public hearing on November the 15th at the Public Safety Building at, is it 5 o'clock or 6? 5 to 7. So please, those of you who are interested, please be there. And then we have our regular planning commission meeting on November the 30th to follow up on the public hearing that we have. And I'm just excited about the plan. It really looks great. And hoping that you will like it too when we get it in place.
Great. Thank you, sir. Okay, and the Public Works Committee.
The Public Works Committee has not met since the last time we were together.
Okay, ordinances on the second reading.
On the second reading of ordinance 1423, an ordinance to amend the zoning, ordinance to rezone a portion of property on the zoning map owned by Burns Investments LLC, identified as PIN 176-14-01-002. We had the first reading last week.
Is there any discussion, questions? Or any motion?
Now, I'll make a motion, we go ahead with the second reading on this ordinance.
Second.
We got a Motion from Councilman Hardy and a second from Councilwoman Vescovi. All in favor? Any opposed? Ayes have it unanimously. Okay, resolutions, a resolution on the employee handbook.
Everybody should have a copy, so I need
Yeah, it brings a copy of the handbook and the evaluation.
evaluation. Our labor attorney Vance Bettis did make some changes to it. To us in line, modifications to leave policy, which we changed on that, but, I feel like this pretty much gets us in line legally from a legal standpoint, what we cover commercially.
There is a place in here for all the employees to be given copy of the sign receipt. That fell through there. That process will need to be implemented.
And I would like to say, as everyone's kind of reviewing that we did discuss in the Personnel and Finance Committee meeting, that we thought that because it's a new update, that there be official training with employees, either in small groups or up to however large they could accommodate and still maintain functions of the city, to make sure key points are clear, to all of the employees.
And now, the next level is probably on, let them see this evaluation.
Yes, that was also recommended, and we did discuss, once this has been reviewed and the job descriptions with each employee, they understand their job descriptions, and that we would like to do like a kind of like a preliminary evaluation in December or January, so if there are any deficiencies, that employees will be aware of that at that time before their formal evaluation, usually around May. That was a recommendation from the committee as far as how to implement that.
And this evaluation form is part of it.
Yes, sir. We've been discussing it for a long time and, working on it, and, finally, and want them to have an awareness of, if I'm not doing well, give me some time before my formal evaluation to kind of, since this is a little bit new process for them, to give them a chance to make adjustments if needed.
Anyone else have anything on that? We need some time to look at it, if you looked at it long enough. Anything on?
I'd like to see us approve it tonight if there are no other concerns from council.
I would like to see that also. So somebody, anyone like to make a motion?
I make a motion we approve the employee handbook and the evaluation documents attached thereto for employee evaluation. Resolution 07-23.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Paget and a second by Councilman Hardy. All in favor? Any opposed? Ayes have it unanimously. Okay, so we have a resolution 0823, recognize Warren County Schools.
This is really just to make you guys aware, we'll actually have this on the agenda next month as well. The Public Information Officer from Warren County Schools at this meeting, and they're actually adopting this, or gonna be presenting this on November 17th. And they'll have a representative here on at the December 4th meeting, if we can revisit this at that time. But I just want you guys to be aware that they would be here on December 4th.
Okay. Thank you.
Mayor, if we're ready to move on to business, I'm sorry, I understand.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have two petitions for annexation that had been presented to council before in August. And there were minor modifications on that, and I spoke with Meredith tonight in regard to these resolutions, or these petitions for annexation. We seem to be in order now on one of them for the Habitat for Humanities. We couldn't pass or accept the annexation because it was contingent on property across the road. That property across the road has now been passed by council and as part of the city. And so, and what we do tonight won't be final, because both of these would have to be presented to the zoning board for the presentation and acceptance for them, then it will come back to us. Well, we need to send it to them and authorize that. The other one is the Gabriel E. Shaker property that we had, and it was struck through the zoning requirement, and it was not initial, and we were concerned about, whether who had done that. We've now verified that that was done by the owner, and they both wish to proceed with this as quickly as possible, if, of course, the zoning board comes back with the proper recommendation. So, as I understand it, we have to have 2/3 vote of the council in order to add it to the agenda, because it is not on the agenda. So,
That's correct. And in as much as neither of these actions will be a final decision, the council is appropriate to consider on that basis.
So it'll be number 10, so.
Well, D and E.
I have the, you'll be getting have the wording for the, we're adding, you want to look at this?
If you don't mind, because I know there's special rules about that, and there's one chart that the municipal association put out regarding that. And just make sure that I'm satisfied.
well, Mr. Secretary, these petitions were updated. The Habitat was updated on October 13th, 23, with a new annexation petition. And the one for the Shaker property was September the 3rd, 2023.
So they both were previously advertised for council, and I don't recall them being in opposition to either, but we had these other impediments.
We could add it on this D and E, provided council is running that way.
I don't, my interpretation of it, I'm not trying to be contrary, but I guess I am, I'm bringing this up. You gotta have an exigent circumstance along with the 2/3 vote, which is defined as requiring immediate attention or needing to be dealt with immediately. The exigent circumstance exception should not be used if it's possible to schedule a properly noticed call meeting to deal with the issue to be discussed. That was what I remembered in my mind about the additional requirement of exigent circumstance.
Well, we can put it on the agenda again for December if we.
We can. It's for these applicants, it's pretty pressing, but as to the council, it's probably not pretty pressing, but because it's not a final action of council, and you have to come back to council for 2 more readings after the planning commission reviews. It's something I think the appropriate, 2/3 we vote to do, it's certainly not something we have to do.
I agree. I mean, we can come back next week and have another meeting.
Do that too.
Yeah, I mean, rather than put them off that long, if it's pressing for them, I mean, they might have a loan that's riding on this, they might be, whatever.
The exigent circumstance of it is,
Yeah, I mean,
it's just
a lot of times
for
it
the
is.
planning commission.
I mean, it's the deadline for the planning commission.
Post agenda, 15 days, so that's what you have to do. You have to have a meeting before the 15, which would be Wednesday.
I'll do
Now,
that one.
you have to have a meeting.
Yeah.
Public hearing dates in 15, for the meeting for the planning commission on 30.
So that'd be right before Thanksgiving.
I must have to go by next week. Next Monday, Tuesday.
Well, we can do that if we're not gonna go forward with it tonight. Pleasure, councils.
You still feel uncomfortable with that? Okay. Well, then let's go ahead and put it for, hearing just for these two items, perhaps.
Then we'll do it next week. Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, so we'll come back next week. Okay. So, in the business on A, North Chamber of Commerce Hospitality Fund request.
As I mentioned earlier in the committee meeting, notes, Samantha did come to the Personnel Finance Committee meeting and presented a request for hospitality funds. And, give me just a second. There were several, items that she did present, as a request. However, the one that I would like to present to council tonight, includes funding to, lease the lot, beside American Hero, for a 12-month time period. And I feel like since she has put forth a great effort to increase the hospitality business in town, that we will see an increase in those funds based on her efforts, and many of those events, she does have planned to take place at the lot, such as the Luau, the Monster Mash. She used that. She had, a singer that came, 2 weeks ago. Last year we had the Christmas tree there, so I would like to request that council approve, 10,000 of hospitality funding for her to, use that lot or lease that lot. And, I mean, I've heard a lot of good feedback from the town over what she's planned so far the last month or so.
Well, I
And
think,
we did discuss it, although the other members are not here, we did discuss that in the meeting.
it was in the,
And Mayor, I'm sorry, let me, there are only certain things we can use that hospitality money for. And Attorney Moss may want to address that, but it is to specifically to bring people in to our area to, can you just speak to that, to make sure that everyone's aware of how this stuff can be used?
Basically, if you're using it to promote tourism, you mark the Loris's brand, you bring people from out of Loris into Loris that is squarely within the community uses for hospitality funds. It would be important to either to record keep that you are doing it. So you can show some different data.
Hence the request for hospitality funds for the last 12 months as opposed to what was coming from these 12 months going forward.
But keeping that kind of data does help you document that it was used for a lawful purpose. But promoting tourism is a lawful purpose for use of hospitality funds, as well as some of the ancillary services that you have to provide for those activities, like, you know, if you have overtime for kids, or if you have something like that, if you have overtime for EMS or fire, you can do that as well.
so on the,
So I guess I'm presenting that in the form of a motion, and open to any discussion from council.
here in the luau, I was told by Wings On that they're just during the luau, that their receipts were 25% higher. So I would figure that would probably go across the board or even be more at some of the other places. We're spending money on out of hospitality is increasing more hospitality. I mean, it's sort of like a no-brainer to me. That's just my input on it. I think it's a good idea. So you made that in the form of a motion, Councilwoman, let's go.
Yes, Mayor.
So we have a motion from, we have a second
We have some discussion first. Mayor.
discussion.
Let's just ask me about a question, I'm gonna ask you a question. Just for my clarity, restate the motion, how much money and for what period, what are we doing?
The motion is for $10,000 to the Lord's Chamber of Commerce to, lease the property beside American Hero for the purpose of, the chamber having access to it for the downtown Tuesdays, the events that are being designed to increase our tourism to our area, which in turn would increase the money we're receiving for hospitality taxes.
How long is the lease?
That would be, the funding that I proposed would be enough, I believe, to do a 12-month time period. So it would be, it would cover for the 1 year, yes, sir.
And we agreed on predominantly that same amount as a council before things have started.
I would, not sure if the plan would be retroactive back to reimburse them for October's usage of it, or if it would start with our proposal tonight and would be on November and run through next November. But October to October or November to November.
But it's not limited to, Tuesdays, it's every.
No, that would be
it's-
access to the
yeah,
lot
all
for a
the
year
time.
period, yes.
So,
One time before the council discussed leasing it, so the city, the city could allow the chamber to use it for other civic organizations, and this proposal actually is better in some respects, because you would be funding the chamber, so the chamber could be dependent, and the chamber would have to carry the liability insurance, and not the city. So, this man perspective, I like this proposal better.
the numbers we talked about before weren't $400 different. So it's basically the same thing we talked about before. And it's definitely a good idea because it's obvious it's gonna work. Yeah, we do have a motion. Do we have any more discussion? No. We have a motion from, Councilwoman Vescovi for 10,000, towards the lease.
To the chamber to be used for the
To the
lease of that
chamber.
property.
We have a second.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. Let's vote on this.
Councilman Hardy,
Yes.
Councilman Patrick,
Yes,
Councilman Suggs,
Yes,
Councilman Pascal,
Yes.
Mayor Johnson.
Yes. So that passes unanimously.
Now, I would encourage the chamber to keep some different data, so if it comes back in the year from now, y'all will have something to make a decision based on.
Do you have anything to add? So,
I will say I appreciate that very much, and just know that we are spending $30,000 in advertising for the city of Lawrence and for the Chamber of Commerce in a year, so, it's not like we're not giving back to as well, so we have 30,000 outside of 50-mile radius that will be, promoting the city of Lawrence.
and promoted in a lot of other ways too. All
Yes,
you got to do is go on YouTube and look, and you see quite a bit of things on there. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Council. Proposed tax changes, zoning ordinance.
Yeah, we got our planning commission made a recommendation to, you look over here and look land development ordinance too. They had, recommended the section 17 yard and setback modifications, for, private drive easements, setbacks, between shared private driveways, not private lines. And also the front of a cul-de-sac, or allowing cul-de-sac to share private, shared private drive. It shall not, shall be reduced to
What was that last part?
The last one, number two. I think that's what planning commission recommended. too.
That was planning
Yeah, I
commission.
was planning commission recommendation because I don't think we had anything involved with that, current zoning board, still with private roads. Drives.
So we're gonna have to do this in ordinance form at a later date, because it's just
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
So we'll move on to C, grant award agreement, South Carolina
Yeah.
Department of Commerce.
We got a grant from Sacramento Department of Commerce, came to the Sacramento State Legislature, for $1 million for the, Old Hills High School property. And they required us to sign the document. We did make some modifications to it to conform what we wanted to do with it. But they do require us to submit this form back into Patrick Jarvis as soon as they're, finance versus Sacramento Department of Commerce. You can send it back to you if the court reports, say the court.
But our quarterly report will all be, quarterly reports for the direction of the project, but all of our funds will be spent in.
Correct. That's
So
right.
we just have to do one quarterly report.
That's right.
So what do you ask?
Well, it has to be submitted to the state, and, we would ask the council to pass a resolution authorizing the mayor to sign on that signature and submit it to the state.
Can we do that? Can we do that right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Just in the form of a
I
motion?
make a motion, we,
Okay,
grant the mayor permission to do that, and send it back in.
Second.
got a motion and a second on. All in favor? Any opposed? Guys, unanimous. Okay, we'll move on to appointments. So,
Got one from the planning commission, is that right? Got one appointment from the planning commission.
Well, they all put, there's three. One of them didn't list, and then the other two both say either one. Maybe was up.
And the one that's blank,
Right.
the one that does not have a board or committee applied for.
These,
That would be zoning.
that would be the zoning appeals board.
We've got an application for Mr. Bennett
Right,
on the planning or zoning.
right, that's right.
he's a surveyor.
The survey, that's right.
Who's he work for? He work for himself?
No, he works for a company.
He lives over there on Bayburn Street.
He does. He does.
He actually bought that piece of property that joins up to that canal that runs all the way back up there. He bought about 20 acres back in there.
Yeah, but he-
So,
We got one appointment for the planning commission, and got 3 for the zoning board of appeals.
Well, it's again, planning commission, I think, generally done.
Yeah, I mean, we don't exactly have a lot of people lining up to be on there. I think so, really.
I agree with that, but I would like to see Mr. Young be considered for the board of zoning appeals as opposed to the this.
That'd be fine.
Isn't that Councilwoman Coleman's husband?
Well, I don't think you're married. That's the reason precisely that we, we consider him for the board of zoning appeals as opposed to planning commission, because when zoning board of appeals, nothing they do comes back to council for approval of the city, whereas planning commission, actually state my planning commission do come before the council. It's not nothing more appropriate to have him doing the zoning board of appeals.
Well, that makes sense. So do we need to make a motion at this point? And go ahead and, appoint these people? Or is there need to be?
I think we've got to look at the list, because these will be, some will be filled, in fact, all of them will be filled in unexpired terms. We can fill them in.
Right, we need to make a motion.
Unexpired term.
Yeah, but Mr. Patrick, we make a motion to rectify the current members that are currently on there. I do agree. Yeah, I think that-
Renew those that have expired and are still willing to serve.
Yeah, we serve until we replace, but if we need to make a motion, we got meeting too.
We can do that next week, too.
Yeah. Me too.
All right.
So they need to do that, the current ones need to be reappointed, so they,
Right,
for their
reappointed.
continuation of their.
But while they're applying, we already should do that.
Yes.
And then I can include a list of the terms.
All right. I do want to, before we do the departmental reports, I missed one thing that I wanted to speak about in this, it's the Open Hearts Community Outreach. I want to let everybody here know, and anybody that might be interested, up at Ernie's Hometown Diner or Sunshine Pancakes House. They do every Thanksgiving, they do a Thanksgiving meal for free to anybody that wants to go to eat there. And they are looking to, prepare meals. Last year they had 600 dinners prepared. And this year they think it's gonna be more than that. So they are looking for donations. If you can buy a turkey, or if you can give money for a donation to help them help these needy families and people. So I just wanted to put that out there, and if anybody wants a copy of this, we can make sure you got a copy if you'd like one before you leave. Okay, now we'll go to the departmental reports, Public Works.
We had our sanitary survey, which was in the middle of October. That was successful. So we are good for another 2 years. It was annually, but now if things progress, we're doing it biannual now. So he won't be here until another 2 years. Successful. We made a few water and sewer taps, probably between 4 and 5 in the month of October. Got a bunch more coming. There's a lot of growth still going on, of course. So spoke a little bit about kind of what the guys have been doing as far as refurbishing the lights and getting ready for Christmas. And just want to thank Chambers and Chief Yuli's guys for all their hard work for the bog off, and that's all it do. Any questions or anything?
I know we're finishing up that grant too, we got from Morgan County, so I want, we were close on doing the lead copper survey, so that's gonna be big for us to be able to apply for grants, because I really think we're ahead of schedule in most, about everybody I've talked to around the state, we're a little bit ahead of schedule. So
Well, that's very good.
it's gonna be a very big positive for us.
And we, on the reason that we're in a 2-year rotation now is because of all the hard work you guys have done to make this thing so that you can be on. Before they didn't want you to, they wouldn't possibly let you go 2 years. They wanted to see it before then. So now it's a reflection on their hard work and that they've done. So we appreciate all that you've done. Thank you. So, code enforcement, we don't have a report on that. Okay. Councilwoman Vescovi, do you have anything on the recreation?
The volleyball, well, first of all, the football team, 10U, won their first round this past weekend in playoffs. Volleyball has completed regular season and will be starting all-stars for 12U and 14U. That's the only updates that I have.
Do you know when, 10U's next game is?
I do
This
not know.
Saturday.
It's this Saturday,
Thank you.
This Saturday?
And location?
Florence still.
Florence still. Yeah, I think they were 21-0 Saturday.
Yes.
21-0.
That's exciting.
Yes.
That's good. It's pretty easy to find that park over there too. Y'all get a chance, those little fellas, they like to see people from home on the road along.
Freedom Park.
Okay,
I had
deal.
boys played out there.
Also, I will say, I'm not sure about Kobe, but I know 14U volleyball plays in the district tournament, Saturday in Johnsonville, as far as I know. I think 12U will also be playing there, but I'm not 100% certain on that.
Thank you, Councilwoman Vescovi. Police department, we do have a, report on that. Do you have anything, Chief?
No, Mayor, I don't have anything, other than if you have any questions. I will say, to reiterate the downtown Tuesday, Samantha didn't have all the roads closed for every Tuesday because she thought the crowd was gonna be smaller. And I went to her and said, Samantha, we're closing these roads down because the crowd was overwhelming. So shutting down the road and putting tables out there for the restaurants is a huge help. They're using it, they're using the restaurants, using tables, so kudos to Samantha, but we made her shut the roads down so we have more people.
I think she deserves a round of applause, really. I mean, yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Chief. So the fire department, we don't have anybody. Do we have a fire department report? No report. Okay.
I'll have his answer.
You don't have any?
That's a good thing.
Does anybody
I like that, I like that.
have anything to discuss in executive session?
Not this one.
I have, in all actuality, I hate to say this, but we do need to go back there for 5 minutes. If I can get a motion to go, no personnel matter.
Look, like I'm there.
5 minutes.
So,
I think it.
All in favor? It won't take-
That's right. Start the timer on. Put the timer on 4, so this will not take you.
Just in case you're close, I just.
Yes. That's the way for me to see it.
Make a motion to come out of executive session.
We got a motion to say, come out, no action taken in this session.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Meeting adjourned.
Thank you for
Yeah. It's been a week tomorrow.
She's back with me and she said she's not looking back. Hey, is her that, it's he said so, she said so. She's gone. I said, "Oh, good, I don't mind."
I wasn't gonna do it.
Because around there, and she wanted everything she owns. But everything she owns. That's Julie. But yeah, I'm doing good. Hobbling along. You don't even want to. Wow, you don't want to. I'm the one who went to the police station with my house. Well, she's with Tara, we got her back out.
That's what she's saying.
It's a, yes, sir. He came back, you know, how they got the house. I don't know, you know, how they got it. He won't pay for medicine, he won't pay for rent. Check her money, she gets her so nothing, nothing. And she was doing the job, but they come up, see, they had burnout. They lost everything they had, and he was crying and all this, that, and the other. I knew she didn't say anything. She didn't say anything, she didn't come down, and they were evicted. And he got her back that time because he told her he was dying. He had cancer, he had this and that, the liver and all this, and got her back down there. So now he's supposed to get stuff over her head. And I'm on top of you about this. And I told her this time, I told her before, I said, if you go back. See, I can't put him in the house because Ed puts me in. He says, well, he didn't pay this much, this part, Jesus. I said, don't say a word to him because his other mom had him gone. And it's going on, y'all made it pay, and he can't have anybody else in there. Because they're, those two signed the lease.
Now,
I don't know. I don't know. She told me that if he leaves the house and is gone for 14 days. I got it, I got
I'm saying like,
the right.
someone's in there, that's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. That's what I'm on. I got a sister-in-law who's in the house right now. You know.
But I mean,
I don't know
the
how
thing is can you not just carry visitors to come over though?
They don't have visitors. Not if she moves out of town. If she moves anything in there.
If you move something in there, then
So it's like,